Hello, welcome to Find My Footwear, and we're here with another footwear review. This time it's the New Balance Freshform X 880 V15. Quite a long name, usually referred to as the New Balance 880. It's the latest version, the 15th iteration of this model, and that's testament to its popularity over the last 15 or so years. It's one of the brand's most popular daily trainers in the neutral category. Alongside the 1080, these are the two kind of main shoes that neutral runners will opt for from New Balance. The difference has always been that the 1080 has been the range topping, plusher, more cushioned model of shoe. The 880 being the more value for money everyday model, shall we say. But with revisions to the 880 15, we see that gap close a little bit. So let's have a look at the stats. First of all, the weight. In the men's, 304 grams, 10.7 ounces, and in the women's, 238 grams, 8.4 ounces. Cushioning is up by 3 millimeters in the heel, so we've got 40.5 mil approximately in the heel and 34.5 in the forefoot. So that's an increase of around 5 millimeters in the forefoot, making it now a 6 mil drop down from an 8 mil drop. Prices £140 and $140 in the US. Now, we've added cushioning throughout the full length of the shoe, more in the forefoot, hence the lower drop. Okay. The difference in the drop from 8 to 6 isn't noticeable. What is noticeable is in the feel of that additional cushioning, and it's very noticeable. As soon as you put your foot in the shoe, it feels plusher, more cushioning, higher stacks. It's over 40 mil now, so it's in the max cushion category, shall we say, 40 millimeters being the World Athletics legal max. So it falls into that category. It rides like a much lighter, less bulky shoe. Your foot sits within the shoe a little bit, and it is very stable. It's got quite a broad heel to the base to the heel, if you like. So it is quite stable. The foam is refreshed a little bit. It's Freshform X. That's the umbrella term for the cushioning material that's used in New Balance's training shoes. Fuel Cell is in their racing shoes. So we've got a Freshform X foam running the full length of the shoe. Now it's relatively soft. The initial step-in is quite soft, it's plush, but it absorbs impact very well, and it's a very durable cushioning material, particularly for the weight. So what they're doing is balancing off durability and cushioning and comfort for the weight of the foam, and that's how it varies for the different models. In this iteration, with the thicker, higher stack, it does now sit very close to the current 1080. So it might be interesting to see what they do with that shoe later in the second half of the year to keep them separate and to justify the price difference between the two models. The 1080 being the range topper, if you like. Value for money wise, the shoe's excellent. It does feel much closer to the 1080 and probably better than 1080s from even just 12 months ago. So technology has moved on apace, and we're benefiting from that at this price point. Elsewhere, changes to the upper. We've got a very nice engineered mesh upper, very soft, very plush. A little bit more wiggle room in this shoe. True to size fit, it's not vastly different. It's not going to feel baggy, but it just feels nice. It wraps around the foot and gives it a little bit of space. A bit broader, a bit more rounded fit to this compared to some shoes. So I'm getting a lot of people feedback that it has got a bit more space in the toe box. Padded tongue, neat padding there, and around the ankle collar. The Achilles heel tab, now that is a little bit thicker and it's a little bit firmer. I've always suffered a little bit with Achilles injuries from being many years as a track runner. It didn't give me any issues, I must point that out, but it's kind of a little bit too padded, really. There's a lot going on there. Does it need that much? Maybe not, but it's not really a negative, but it's just, there's a lot of shoe there for your money, a lot of plush padding. Outsole, very similar, recognisable to a lot of previous versions of the shoe. We've got a little bit more rubber coverage here. The exposed foam It's not going to come into contact with the ground. It's not going to scuff up. Don't worry about that. But it has got plenty of rubber on the lateral side of the heel where you're going to strike. So it's going to be very durable there. And traction is okay. I've not had any issues. The shoe is, stepping comfort is exceptional. It's a shoe for daily training. You can pick up the pace in it a little bit. But if you want a shoe that's a bit more versatile, that you're going to run, what should we say, fast and slow, it's obviously it's totally arbitrary and personal to each individual what your fast and slow paces are. I think this is a steady everyday cruiser of a shoe. So yeah, it's a great shoe. Give it a try if you want a stable, neutral daily shoe, soft, plush cushioning, easy miles, value for money. The New Balance Fresh Form X 880 V15.